What's going on, guys, and welcome back to LOI TV. Now, today we're going to be looking at what we think will be Stephen Kenny's first starting 11 for Ireland's next game, which will probably likely be, we think, at the moment it looks like it's going to be Slovakia in the playoffs, but it could be a friendly in the meantime or something. But yeah, that looks like we're just going to do it as if it's a Slovakia game away from home in the playoffs. So yeah, it's going to jump right into it. We're probably all the same goalkeeper, Darren Randolph, is it?
Yeah. I'll agree on Darren Randolph.
Unanimous.
Yeah.
Then I think Tyke has a different formation to me in soccer, so we'll start off with him in his defence.
Yeah, I've gone with five at the back. I just think if Doherty and Coleman are both fit, I don't think he'll leave either of them out. The only other option you could do is play Doherty in right wing, but we saw it didn't really work that well before. Like when he comes in, I think it's going to be hard for him to do enough that he's actually changing something, but not do too much that people start looking at him and going, what's this guy doing? Because obviously he's come from the League of Ireland. There's players here playing the Premier League each week. Like, so things aren't going right, they will turn on him, like that kind of thing. Yeah. So I think he will keep coming in. And he's also said that, I think in an interview before, that he likes the way Sheffield United play with their five at the back. So I've gone with Doherty right wing back, Coleman right centre back, which is going to be a tough job for him, I think, to maybe adapt to, but I think he's well capable. He's getting a bit older. He's getting probably a little bit slower. Might suit him a little bit better. He is tough and he can win headers and that kind of thing. But he can also play with a football.
Captain as well.
Yeah, captain as well. It'd be hard to leave him out. Shane Duffy, I'd have in the middle then, and then John Egan on the left. I think he might actually play in the centre for Sheffield United, but I think he'd be able to adapt a bit. And then the Stevens left wing back.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Saka?
Yeah, same. I had the Stevens left back, Coleman and Duffy in the middle of the defence, and Doherty at right back.
But a back four.
Yeah, back four.
So he left out. Who was it? Sorry, Duffy and Coleman.
No, John Egan up there.
Left out. Sorry, Stevens, Duffy and Coleman in the middle.
I have no idea what you're saying.
So your defence is Doherty, Coleman, Duffy, Stevens.
No.
What'd you say?
Say it.
Stevens, Coleman, Duffy, Doherty.
What?
Just a team full of fullbacks. That's the exact same thing that I said, just in different order. Like
Stevens left back.
Yeah.
Doherty right back.
Doherty right back. Yeah. Sorry, I was going across the pitch. Coleman and Duffy in the middle.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think John Egan's been savage since Coe's injury, and Ennis Stevens has been having a stormer of a season at Sheffield. I think it'll be really difficult to leave Coleman out of the squad. I think Matt Doherty towards the end of the last qualifying stage kind of cemented his place at right back. Yeah. Probably should start that again after my fucking back four.
Put that in. You go, what?
He's just confused about my formation.
I didn't know what you were saying, to be honest.
Yeah, I had no idea what you're talking about. Because you said it, and then I was like, oh, so you're putting Coleman in the centre back, and you're like, no. And then you were like...
No, I was.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Then I said your back line, and you go, no. And then said the exact same back line back to me the other way around.
Obviously, different... Yeah, I was going left back, centre back, right back.
All right, fair enough.
Right. Oh, yeah, Saka, what was your back four?
couldn't do it.
I'll take this nice and slow. At right back.
Oh, that's too good.
Who did you have, Saka?
At right back, I had Matt Doherty. In the middle, at centre back, I had Shane Duffy and James Coleman. And at left back, I had Ennis Stevens.
James Coleman's an interesting show. In a back four and at centre half.
Should you be able to cope there?
Yeah, I think as you mentioned, he's getting on a bit now in his career, so to slow his game down might suit him a bit better in the middle. And I think to have Doherty and Coleman on the pitch is a big plus, because obviously they can't both play right back. So I think Matt Doherty's been doing so well at right back, obviously scoring that goal versus Denmark. Having Coleman in the middle with a bit of experience will do us really good.
Yeah, I've probably controversially left Matt Doherty out of my team. I've gone with Seamus Coleman at right back, Duffy, Egan and Stevens as a back four, just because I think Seamus Coleman is a much better defender, much more switched on. defensively than Matt Doherty. A prime example was, I think it was the Denmark game. The goal that they conceded, Matt Doherty just completely switched off, and your man got in around them and scored. So I think away in a playoff, I think Seamus Coleman is more reliable defensively than Matt Doherty. Listen, Matt Doherty's been fantastic going forward, but I don't like him in a back four that much, to be honest. And I don't see
I'm not having that either.
Stephen Kenny jumping straight into a back five. He might, like Tigers.
I think mine's
could
more
be,
likely if they have a game to practice, like, and try it out. But at the same time,
good point as well.
He might want to just try to be safe.
Yeah.
Like, unlike you can see, like, that's a Premier League defense, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
and the thing about it is, like, Seamus
3 out of those 5 play in a back five.
Seamus Coleman, Ancelotti's been playing a back five as well a bit as well.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. Yeah.
So that's 4 out of the 5.
Sidibe and Headham, isn't it? Man, the French fella.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I
just think like those wing backs are better across the ball, better, more creative players than any wingers we have. Like, out wingers, that is. You could put a striker maybe out on the wing, like the likes of Robinson or someone like that, play a bit more on the wing. But
moving to midfield, Soccer, what did you have in midfield with?
Molumby, McCarthy, Jack Byrne. Firstly, Molumby on loan at Millwall, and he was the under-21 captain for a good while under Stephen Kenny. So it'll be really hard to leave him out, I suppose. I think he will want to bring in a few players from the 21s into this qualifier or against Slovakia. James McCarthy in the middle. Tig, you might know a bit more than I would. Has he been solid enough for Palace this season?
Yeah, like, I mean, first when you get there, it's kind of hard to get back in. Obviously, Milivojevic there, players playing there every week, but yeah, he's doing really well for Palace. Surprised a few people kind of really struggle with injuries and stuff, but I really like him. I have him on my team as well. I've got a midfield 3 as well. I've got Molumby as well, maybe playing a little bit deeper, holding a bit, but then Connor Hourihane on the left. Another good player on the ball. I like Hourihane a lot. Obviously, he kind of didn't really play as much lately for Villa, I don't think. But still, I think he's probably good enough to play in the Premier League, and one of the best midfielders we have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my exact.
You go on, Ross.
Fire away, Soccer.
All right. I was torn between Jack Byrne and Callum O'Dowda. I really like O'Dowda because he reminded me a lot of Wes Hourihane, one of our only really like creative midfielders, where if he got the ball, you knew kind of something was going to happen. But I did go for Jack Byrne instead because I think then again, Stephen Kenny will want to bring under 21 and League of Ireland players in as much as possible, and Jack Byrne kind of showed what he could do in his few caps he got last year. So I did go for Jack Byrne. What about yourself?
I went with the same as Tig. I went with Molumby sitting deep, McCarthy, James McCarthy, and Conor Hourihane in front of Molumby. Then I think it's time for Whelan to take a hike.
Oh, I mean, by the time it gets to when's this game supposed to be on? Is it November?
Whelan's gonna be 56 by the time the match is played. So
trying to get there. Egan or fucking Glenn Whelan will be on his last legs.
Yeah.
So
37 now, isn't it? Yeah.
The guy had a testimonial, I think, 5 years ago or something.
Interestingly, we all left out Jeff Hendrick as well.
Yeah, I think Jeff Hendrick, regardless of the fact that he's playing week in, week out for Byrne, he's just, I don't really know how, to be honest. He hasn't done it for us in a long time, maybe not since the Euros. It's the same you can say for like Brady and players like that, but I think he's going to have to make changes, and those are the kind of players that are on the edge.
Yeah.
And maybe they either need a scare to put them back into form, or they just need to be gone. So I think that's one of the players that he'll be happy enough to get rid of and bring in like Molumby, who's I think one of his favourite players he's coached.
Fantastic player.
You have to pick them on form and not like reputation.
Yeah.
Where
definitely.
If Hendrick hasn't performed for the last like year or two, he might go with someone else.
That's why it's kind of hard to do this video as well, because you don't know the form leading up to the game as well. But what was your strike force like? Your front two, sorry.
I've got McGoldrick and Shane Long up front. I mean, Shane Long's been playing good in the Premier League again. Now's as good a time as ever to start him. I always like Shane Long. He gives teams hell. His finishing hasn't been as good lately, but I mean, some of the goals he's got for us are huge. And then McGoldrick's been playing unbelievable for us, like holding the ball well. Finally got his goal. Not as prolific as we want, which is the problem with the team that I've got. Those two aren't scoring the goals.
Both be a handful for one-off game as well.
They are, especially like a player like McGoldrick holding it up, and he's mostly like and then Shane Long running off him. Both got a bit of speed about them, and I think That'd be a good team to put out against like Slovakia away in a playoff.
What about you, Soccer?
I went Callum Robinson, McGoldrick, and Aaron Connolly, 3 up top. Robinson didn't get too much of a look in under Mick McCarthy, I don't think.
Yeah.
Currently
He got a
on
few
loan.
games, but I think he came off the 60-minute every game. Like just he's gonna get
Mhm.
into games. I
Mhm.
do like Callum Robinson, but yeah.
Currently on loan in West Brom. He's doing well. McGoldrick, I think we could probably all agree on. Whether his Premier League form, you could argue he's not kind of scoring that many goals, but he's involved in a lot of
Yeah,
goals.
he's a huge player for Sheffield
whether
United. Like,
it's
there's a reason he starts every week for that kind.
yeah,
that
he
team
reminds
there.
me a lot of like Giroud with Chelsea, just
Not every
knocking
week.
balls down and playing through balls in. And Aaron Connolly, currently at Brighton, I think a bit of that pace up front, coupled with Robinson, I think that'll be a good front three to put out against Slovakia.
I went with the same wide players. I went with Callum Robinson on the right and Aaron Connolly on the left, just because that to offer that bit of pace just on the counter attack. Because we will most likely probably be sitting behind the ball a little bit. I've actually gone with Shane Long instead of McGoldrick. I've left McGoldrick on the bench, just because it's one of those things where you have to see the form leading up to the game as well. It's hard to know, but just because I think Shane Long has been in better form than McGoldrick as of late, I just went with Shane Long because I think. Especially away from home as well. I really like Shane Long. He can come up.
Oh yeah,
like,
definitely. I definitely would have Shane on the team no matter what.
So it's a tough choice between the pair of them because they both offer similar aspects in a way and then different stuff as well. I think Shane Long probably has a bit more pace than McGoldrick, but McGoldrick's probably better at maybe, I don't know, like hold the ball.
On the ball,
he's probably better on the ball and stuff. So it is a case of the form leading up to the match, I think, between the two of them. But
and there's some other players that, like strikers, like Obafemi's been doing well.
Yeah.
Ida's been doing well. Like those, but I'm not sure when the match. Did they say it's rescheduled for November or something like that? Or
something like that. I think.
Up? So
earliest.
I mean, a few games in, like I don't know, Norwich look like they're going down, obviously, but I don't know. Ida's been doing well when he has played, and Obafemi as well. Just 2 options maybe for
Shawnee Maguire.
Rowan Curtis as well. I know he's still in League One, but he's actually doing unbelievable for Portsmouth. And I quite like obviously another League of Ireland ahead, so you know it could easily be considered. Troy Parrott's one I don't think he'll put in.
He's not ready just yet.
Yeah, I think he knows that.
Sean Maguire, what do you think of
that? I've never talked to Sean Maguire that much. He's one of those players like the same like Shane Long and McGoldrick. He's not scoring goals, but I don't think he offers as much when he's actually on the pitch. Like for Preston, he's a bit better at scoring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I prefer the other 2.
Yeah. The likes of James McLean on the left, we all left out as well. It's just unlikely that Kenny will go with him, really, isn't it?
I think that's another position that he has to kind of move on with. Like, if he is playing 4 across the middle, it is a possibility.
Yeah.
But he tends more to play 1 up front than their own.
Even for these qualifiers and possibly like the Qatar World Cup qualifying matches, McLean wouldn't be a bad guy to bring on like the last 20 minutes, half an hour.
Oh, he'll give you hell,
try put a few balls in.
Yeah. Soccer, you went with Jack Byrne. Todd, how close would Jack Byrne be to your starting 11? Or for Kenny's starting 11?
I just don't think it's likely that he puts him in for if that's his first game.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
If he keeps performing at the level he's performing at, and maybe he'd be considered, but again, like there's players playing there in the Premier League and stuff. I know, like if fair enough, the argument was always that like if they're starting every week in League of Ireland, and there's players coming off the bench sometimes in the Premier League, but these are lads that like McCarthy's playing, obviously Molumby's in the Championship, and Howard's playing almost every week.
Hendrick's playing in his defence. To be fair, like it's hard to justify it. Like
yeah. So I don't think he'll play him. I think if he keeps up his form, he might need to move away if he really wants to like become a mainstay in the Irish team.
Yeah.
Move over to England again, but well, you never know. We've League of Ireland manager coming in. He might go and have a look at some of the players that are performing in that league, but I don't think so.
Defensively, we have a couple of young lads, like Nathan Collins, who's with Stoke, has done very well. He's been linked to a move to Man United. Dara O'Shea has been fantastic for West Brom, who are top of the Championship. So there's a couple of young lads, but they're good options like backup boys for the time being.
There's a good few lads. Obviously, the future is bright, but
Yeah.
if we're talking terms of the first game, he's going to have to go with a bit of experience if it's the
absolutely.
playoff game, you know.
Yeah, it's trying to find that balance between like
Mm.
players that are in good form and experience.
Absolutely.
Where he'd probably
I just think Molumby's one of those
experience.
players that will go into that team and just won't look at a place at all. Just be playing passes, and just very comfortable. Like
effortless.
Yeah.
Depends on the player in the qualifying, the Slovakia matches. It is a cup final. Like you have to win it. There's players that'll either grow like 3 foot taller, 3 foot lower in them games. So it's up to, I think Kenny will know his team best.
Yeah, well, guys, let us know what your team for the Slovakia playoff game would be down in the comments below. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to drop a like on it down below and make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in a bit.